Hi there. Today on this James the Bike Guy, we're taking this Santa Cruz Hightower C, and we're going to go through and find out what everything on this bike weighs. And of course, you're going to come along with us. So as you can see here, we have the entire Santa Cruz Hightower stripped down into every piece that the frame comes from. So you've got this, single piece all molded together rear end. You're going to have your, of course, everything from derailleur hangers to the swing links that are on the bike, all of the hardware that's needed. Of course, you've got your chain slap guard, a Fox float DPS shock, and then, of course, your entire front end of the bike. So what's kind of neat about these Santa Cruz Hightowers is regardless of whether you get the C or the CC, both of them come with both a front and rear carbon triangle to the bike. So we do have that going on here. And then of course the quality of kind of the machined parts for the frame, like these swing links, is just beautiful. Everything is just really, really well made. So the way we're going to go through this is we're going to weigh each of the parts that's on here, and then of course take these parts and move them aside so it kind of becomes clear what we're looking at. So the first thing to start with here is we're going to knock out our swing links. So the first swing link we're going to do is the upper one. So this upper link goes right where the frame is, and it's going to go right up here, and it swings the shock forward when the rear end is coming up through travel. Now, this link is attached by 2 bolts at the top. So we'll put our link on to the scale, which is 190 grams. You've got these 2 that go right onto the top, that threads into the frame. The bearings, of course, are in the swing link. And then in the lower portion, you're going to have an axle and its little plug here. This is what actually locks the collar of the axle into place. And then you have your shock bolts. So these are going to go through the shock to the frame, and then this one goes through the shock to the swing link, in which case you've got your ovalized nuts that are going to allow you to change the high and low position of the rear end. So the total weight for the swing links is 282 grams, including all of the hardware here. So let's get these out of the way, and then the next piece we're going to take a look at is the lower swing link. So the lower one goes in between the frame and the rear end of the bike. So what it's going to be doing is it connects this part of the frame to the just above the bottom bracket. You'll actually see inside of the frame that there's a little spot where this guy will actually link right into. So a neat thing with the lower swing link is they actually have it set up with a Zerk fitting. So you can grease this while it's on the bike. So there is a greasable link, which is always a nice thing. And let's go ahead and see what this weighs. So our lower link, of course, with its 2 axles to attach it to the frame, and then the 2 nuts to lock it in. And so you're looking at, for the lower swing link, 276 grams. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way again. Now, let's take a look at the rear end of the bike next. So the rear end of the bike here does have a couple of pieces. We've got our derailleur hanger with its nut. This derailleur hanger, of course, threads right into the drive side of the rear end of the bike. And then you've got your through axle, which is made by DT Swiss. So this part of the bike, I'm going to take our trusty scale here. So So just the carbon weighs 759 grams. If we add the chainstay protector, your derailleur hanger, and then of course the through axle for the rear, you're going to get a total weight here of 898 grams. And that's for the rear portion of the bike. So we'll go ahead and take this off here. Now, as we get up to the front, we've got our Fox Float DPS shock. This is a 200 millimeter length with a 51 millimeter stroke. And the shock here weighs in at 282 grams. So pretty reasonable for the shock. You then of course have your seat collar, which is 19 grams, not too much. And then our last piece to take a look at is the front triangle of the bike. So the front triangle is sort of the largest portion of the bike, and it has integrated races for headset bearings. It's of course got a threaded bottom bracket, which is a great thing, and then the portion up top to attach that upper swing link. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this balanced enough on here to find out what it weighs. So it is about 1,200 grams. And that's the weight of each individual part of the Santa Cruz Hightower C. Thanks for watching this James the Bike Guy. To subscribe for more, go ahead and give a click to the scale in the center. And remember to like the videos and comment below to let me know what you think.